Jack, just heads up, we're doing a video. You'll be in the background. Just be my. Sorry, nice to meet you. How are you?
I did your project.
Yeah. When? We've talked before.
Introduce yourself and your company here on VRIC here on day one.
Hi, David D'Onofrio, CEO of White Gold Corp.
And you just want to give us a quick elevator pitch on White Gold and what's your story?
Yeah, absolutely. Great time to be learning about a company like this. And as you can see, a very busy VRIC conference here. White Gold's a company. It's founded by the Power One Capital Group in Toronto, alongside the notorious prospector Sean Ryan. It's a project we've been working on for almost 10 years now, and we believe we've compiled one of the most interesting portfolios of projects in all of Canada. This project is located in the Yukon of Canada, in the epicenter of the infamous Klondike gold rush. There's been over 20 million ounces of gold discovered to date, but no one's been able to go there and successfully identify the sources of this gold or other instances of hard rock gold until our partner, the brilliant prospector Sean Ryan, was able to do that. So far, he's been credited with millions and millions of ounces of gold discoveries. So most of that is in White Gold Corp. We now have our own 3 million ounce high grade deposit. It's actually the highest grade deposit in all of the Yukon. It's seen the least amount of work of all the deposits in the Yukon, and we're extremely optimistic about the potential for that to grow significantly. We've grown our team. We've just brought on Dylan Langell as VP of Exploration. He came from Great Bear Resources and was part of that discovery team, which is discovered was now a 7 million ounce gold deposit acquired by Kinross Resources. And with his addition, we are more optimistic than we ever about the prospects for that one project. However, what's even more exciting than that, in my opinion, is the fact that we control what I believe has the potential to be an entire camp. So investing in White Gold is not the opportunity just to find a mine, it's the opportunity to own an entire camp. Similar to an opportunity, say, being able to own the majority of Val-d'Or, the Abitibi, or Timmins 100 years ago. And that's what got us as Power One so excited to be a part of this project. And I believe that's what also has gotten Agnico Eagle so excited, who is now our largest shareholder, owning just under 20% of the company. We have had tremendous success in the work we've done to date, and we are now fully funded for what we believe will be a transformative 2026 as we look to continue to expand the size of our known resources and make more grassroots discovery across this portfolio, which is 300,000 hectares, comprised of 20 different properties.
Excellent. And do you just want to, just briefly, quickly, what was the major successes of 2025? You obviously re-rated quite a bit. What were the major successes that helped White Gold have such a successful year last year?
Yeah, 2025 was a very busy year, and we were able to deliver a number of milestones to the market. Probably the most significant was in publishing our updated resource statement. That now brought the total ounces from 2.3 million ounces up to 3 million ounces. It is the highest grade deposit, open pittable deposit in all of Canada, and one of the highest grade open pittable deposits of that size. Sorry, it's the highest in the Yukon, one of the highest in all of Canada. I think that's put us on the map. The Yukon has also begun to receive a lot more attention. There's been other, incredible teams out there doing great work. Companies like Snowline and Sitka and Banyan have brought a lot of attention. And probably what's most relevant to us is the neighboring project to us, the Coffee Project, which was also a Sean Ryan discovery, is now brought in new partners, where Newmont has partnered with Pierre Lassonde and Agnico to advance that project forward. We're really fortunate to have some of the best mining investors and mine builders in the world come and move into our backyard. And I believe that attention, as people that like that project are looking at the White Gold project, they see there's a lot of value there as well. So that's really, I think, a big part of what's happened over the last couple of years, in addition to making more new discoveries and delivering additional exceptional drill results, such as a highlight hole recently released of 50 meters of 6.9 grams per ton within our main zone that also intersected two other zones, demonstrating that our flagship project is wide open for growth on that one zone. However, we have many, many other zones which are also wide open for growth. In addition to that, we've started to communicate to the market that we have identified several other highly prospective blue gold discoveries and critical mineral discoveries in our district, which also hosts the Casino deposit, which is the large undeveloped copper project in Canada, owned by Western Copper and Gold. So there's become a lot of interest in these other critical mineral projects we have. So this idea we've had of, our portfolio just being a true treasure chest of opportunity that just needs to see the work done. We've been able to deliver that on that last year and in the previous years. And now with a fully funded program, 10 times larger than anything we've done in the past several years, I believe people are very excited to see the results of that type of work. In addition to a number of other major milestones which are upcoming this year, probably the most significant of which is our maiden PEA. We're very hopeful that with the high-grade nature of our deposit and the fact that it comes right to surface, we'll be able to deliver a report that shows an extremely robust potential for this mine that, in combination with its incredible upside growth potential, based on the fact that it's seen really the least amount of drilling of any of these other big projects in the Yukon, has really drawn a lot of attention. Obviously, it all in combination with the, a great gold market and a lot more interest in the junior exploration and development stuff. So the stars have really aligned, and we've never been in a better position to deliver tremendous amounts of value for our company. And I think the third part, sorry, just to keep going on here, is notwithstanding all of this, White Gold still has been trading at a fairly significant discount to our peer group. So as people are doing their homework, they're realizing this, and it's our belief that as we continue to get the story out to the broader investment public, we should see more interest, get a re-rating, and then if we're successful in delivering on the milestones that we think we can, we continue to appreciate from there.
Wonderful. And maybe we'll see if you've already answered it quite ably, but sorry. Do you just want to very briefly just preview major milestones for 26 that investors can look forward to?
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be a lot of activity throughout the whole year. Starting in most near term, there's going to be additional results from our 2025 program. There's going to be our PA, which I think will be a watershed moment for the company. There's going to be details on a spinout which we plan, which will isolate these high priority critical mineral projects, and we're going to spin those out to shareholders. The strategy there is if we're not getting full value for our gold resources, we're getting no value for that. To unlock some of that value, we're going to isolate that into a new company and distribute that to our shareholders. We've announced that in concept. Those final plans are being decided right now, and I believe that there's a lot of interest in the critical minerals. In fact, the Canadian federal government has dedicated this part of the Yukon south into BC as the critical minerals gateway and included in that major projects office, which will bring a lot more attention, a lot more funding to the area. And that is all going to dovetail into this very large exploration program, which will start in a few months. And we are very optimistic that will be able to meaningfully move the needle in terms of resource size growth, as well as deliver more discoveries near the deposit, grassroots discoveries and other properties on the gold side, as well as the critical mineral sides. And lastly, a lot of this infrastructure that we've talked about for many years is finally starting to happen. So this camp is now really starting to come to life, and that will provide the leverage for all these other properties and the district scale opportunity, which is what got us and our partners so excited from the very beginning.